Cost down, keeps it consistent. We want to get a little bit of consistency going. See, this is our foyer, and this is where people are walking in and making their initial, you know, how's it feel? You know, you have what, 30 seconds to make a good first impression. So I'm going to open the door like I'm walking in for the first time. And this is what I'm going to see as a potential buyer. Lots of light. That's how I felt when I opened the door. As I started walking through, I started really taking in the walls and the floorboards in the need of paint. Really, and this rug right here, I would move it. Put maybe just something small right here. Welcome, right in this area. This rug, which matches this one, which looks like it needs to be cleaned. I was thinking I would move. See, I staged your little table. Those are my dishes too. Actually, I inherited from my mother. That's funny. I did that. I just put some plates out with those napkins that were laying on the table to give you an idea of potential staging. That wouldn't be it, but you get the idea. And then the more I think about it, all these rooms need to be painted while I'm in here. Ceilings, moldings. Leave all that. Just leave up the border. Leave the curtains. I would actually leave these couches, the couch and the chair, until you get your contract. Is my recommendation. We paint in here, leave the door, leave. Okay, I did this room, but it wasn't recording, so I hope I'm not repeating myself. This is meh. If you said, Karen, you just tell me what to do, I'm gonna do it. I would do something with this wallpaper. I would paint it. Over it, seams look tight, so that's possible, I think. I'm not a painter, but I play one on TV now. These need to be painted, okay, that. I would change out this. Doesn't cost much to replace that. Just give it the feel of a $500,000 home, because right now it doesn't feel that way. But it could be that way with all the space you have. Light bulb, paint the ceiling, paint the trim, paint the door, but leave, unless a painter says it's no big deal to paint over that red, I would just leave it. It's not in terrible shape. I'm trying to save you money here, and when they come in here, if this can come off the wall without taking the drywall with it, take it off. If not, paint around it. They will have them paint this the same as the floorboard. All this gets painted. Ceiling in a ceiling white. This in a flat, you know, kind of a cream color. Let me come back here. The steps, beautiful wood, beautiful wood. But do you see, this is the first thing, right? You see that beautiful wood, and then look at the risers. See how scuffed they are? I'm meaning this. These are the risers, okay? I'd paint it. We need the painter to caulk here, come up here, they caulk, they paint. These are just settlement, you know, it happens. Houses settle. But we've got a lot of it. And right now, it looks like a huge negative. When in fact, it's not going to take that much to caulk it and paint over it. Paint it all up in here. Okay, that's what I see. And I see a great big picture. Okay. And we'll have them, I'd have them paint around here, fix this. Okay, see that? This is at the front door. Again, probably a couple finishing nails there and some caulk. Paint the trim. Seal all that up with caulk before they paint. Leave that up above, those tiles, paint around it, paint the ceiling. We come back in here in the kitchen. Floors had a lot of wear, and likely someone will want to have this refinished. I don't know if they have to do it right away to live here. It just is up to the particular buyer. This room, if you could leave that couch, I would. I don't know if the slipcover should be pulled off and washed. It looks to me like the valances could use a washing. They have a lot of dust buildup on them, but if you can do it, I would either take them off and say forget it, or take them off, wash them, and rehang them. Whatever's easiest for you. If you don't put them back up there, it's not going to make or break the look of the room. But this room needs paint. See, that's the other vent that needs to come down and be cleaned. Paint. Again, that's probably just dirt down here, but it probably could be caulked before it's painted. And over here, there's a screen. It's very unusual to see this, but see that white mark? I thought it was on the glass of the gas fireplace. It's the screen. The screen does come off, and I started fooling with it, but I don't want to break your stuff. So, but I would take that screen off, and then you have a nice clear glass that you can see through to the gas fireplace. And you leave the tile, and you paint the room, and you leave that, unless it pops right off without taking the drywall with it. And you paint the ceiling. See, there's even something right there. This is the kitchen. Old leak, new leak. You may want to consider, I hope I'm not repeating myself, because some of this recorded and some I realized it wasn't recording, having a home inspector come out and inspect the house before you list it. It's probably going to cost $400 to $500 to do it. Maybe the best money you could spend before a buyer comes in and brings their inspector in. You know, that is a contingency in all contracts. And contingency means I'll buy your house if I'm happy with X, home inspection. If they're not, they can walk. And we don't want that because you want to sell it. I'd have them paint over that. And that. Above, of course, bulkhead. The rest of there, this stays. Forget trying to, I don't know what it would take. A lot of labor to get that off, so let it stay. See, I was thinking, let me whirl around here, of that table there, take it out of the room. It's a very pretty room. The floor looks good. And we put that table over here under that light. What about that? Takes the focus away from that area being like, oh, look at that floor. I'm not trying to hide it. I'm just trying to take the focus off of the floor needing to be refinished. I put out a couple little cups from your dad's cupboard to give you an idea. I have 2 bar stools I can bring that actually are in white, will go nice with the kitchen, and we'll set it up as those cups need to be scrubbed on the inside, but I didn't see any scrubbing stuff. So anyway, we just like to make it, people feel like it's a home, and with the staging. So we come around, counters are pretty. Looks to be a Formica, made to look like granite. This guy's got some, I don't know how much it would cost to replace these inserts. It would look so much better, but don't spend a fortune. Of course, that needs to be cleaned. And you talked about getting someone to do a deep cleaning. We need that here for sure. I would suggest also putting a home warranty on the house, and I will talk to you about that, because as a listing agent, I like to put a home warranty on a property at my expense. It covers the seller and it transfers to a buyer. It gives them peace of mind, and you know what? If something breaks, most everything is covered. For 75 bucks, you have a repair person come in and repair or replace your washer, your dryer, you know. We'll just have to see what exactly is covered. This room needs to be painted too. Floor's fine, but if they're gonna paint, I would just keep going with the paint. Keep going, flat paint. Fewer coats are needed. Fewer coats is less labor equals fewer dollars you have to put out. This room, unfortunately, I didn't see that carpet in the pictures, and I understand why. But this room, the pictures didn't make sense to me. See, I would have liked to have had a picture of something like that, but I can see why she didn't, because of that floor. It really has a huge need to be replaced, you know. Pull up these. The carpet, just probably pull up these wood planks, done very pretty, I'm sure, by your dad. All the books in the shelves should go, go, go. They're not, she says they're built-ins, but they're not. These are not built-ins. They are just, as you probably know, at least Marina, I know you do. These are just bookcases, and they're not attached. So, there is a church I'm thinking about that may come and get these books. Well, let me do some to look in my Rolodex when I get back to my office. Paint. Paint, paint, paint. Floor looks good. I don't even think you need to touch the molding. We can see what the painter says. And the ceiling, might need to change that filter. We need to at least look at it, make sure all the lights are working in here. Paint. Might be able to get away with not doing the ceiling or the dental molding trim. Wouldn't that be nice? But see, we've got some things going on there that we would like to get addressed before a buyer puts their eyes on this place. Paint. I know a lot of things have come off the wall, and that's what we get, right? When we uncover things. Same with this. Purge it and get rid of it if you can. Nice area. So many people are doing home offices, CPAs, realtors, that this is really going to appeal to those type of people. Floor looks good. I would say you can leave the desk and the chair, and you can leave that little piece right here as something at the very, don't feel like, okay, what do I need to get out? Don't worry about this, because it shows someone how the office can look. I'd rather see those bookcases out, but as long as they're empty and we just put a few little somethings on it, it's okay. We need light bulbs. We've got something going on the ceiling here, another maybe patch job it looks like. So definitely this room gets painted to include the ceiling. I think the molding, look at the molding, I know you can't see it as well, I'm trying to show you. I think it could be left. Anything we can leave and not have the painter touch is best for your pocketbook. We come along through here. I mean, if you're gonna paint, have them paint, you know, just not, I don't want it to look half patchwork done. This, yeah, that all needs to be painted. Okay, so that's the office. The ceiling fan. So we have paint, removing all the books, getting rid of the shelves, new floor, medium ranged, price ranged floor. I'm not talking about anything. It could even be almost almost feels like an indoor outdoor carpet with a decent padding under it. but not talking high-end floor here.